12 statistics that will show you why being a role model to your son or someone else's son is so important. Number 12.
A study from Cigna found that 61% of young men report feeling alone, which can exacerbate by societal expectations of masculinity that discourages communication and vulnerability.
Do I totally agree with this part that by societal's expectations of masculinity? What I do know is if you help your son to be fine with himself, if you show him it's cool to be you, to be proud of himself, to accept his imperfections, to sharpen his skills, the things he's good at, make them even better, he's going to be a well-rounded young man. Another statistic that said 1 out of 3 men don't have any friends. And let's keep it real. How many men do you know, grown men, that are weird, that you work with, they're just weird? But then if you go behind the curtain on them, a lot of them don't have relationships with their fathers. That's the first real relationship. That's the first role model that you have. Don't drop the ball. Don't think that the significance of your relationship with your son is not important. There are a lot of weird grown men out here. And it's because a lot of them didn't have fathers, or their fathers weren't around. They dipped out. So now you got this grown man who's he's weird. He might be smart, he might be good at this or that, but talking to him is awkward. He says goofy things, he does things that don't, that don't mesh and coincide with other men. Look, I don't care how book smart you are, I don't care how tech smart you are. The guy that's people smart, the guy that people like, is gonna beat you out every time. He's gonna get laid more than you. He's gonna get paid more than you. People are gonna like him more than you. And so if you don't want your son to be the guy who's not getting laid and who no one wants to talk to, really, he's this the weird guy at work, have a relationship with him. Number 11, the National Institute of Justice
States that 1 in 4 boys are exposed to violence in their communities, which can lead to a cycle of aggression and criminal behavior if not addressed through positive mentorship.
If not shown the ropes, if not shown how that you don't have to be involved with things that could end up landing you in jail, that could end up landing you in a grave, that's not cool. It's not cool. Get into something else. Yes, we are, and everybody doesn't grow up in perfect neighborhoods. So sometimes it is what it is. You gotta get in where you fit in, but find the best way not to be involved in that, because a lot of that, most of that, 99% of that, the violence and stuff like that, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. You're gonna end up either doing something to somebody that's gonna get you a life sentence, or for a period in jail that time in jail you can't get back, or you're gonna be a victim of it. If you don't want that for your son or another young man that you care about, then get in his life. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has shown that involved fathers are twice as likely
To have sons that go to college, and are half as likely to be incarcerated.
So you just being involved, your son is twice as likely to go to college and half as likely to go to prison. Come on, man. You got these are the statistics, these are the numbers that's showing you that you being a positive role model matters.
A study A study published in the Journal of Adolescent Health found that 50% of young men reported feeling pressure to conform to traditional masculine norms, which can negatively impact the mental health and wellness to seek help. 50% of young men report feeling pressure
to conform to traditional masculine norms. So 50% of boys are pressured to do stuff from other boys that probably don't have fathers themselves. But if you were there to be in their ear before they got around them and showed them that that stuff is not what's up, that they don't need to do that stuff, half of them wouldn't be feeling pressure to do that stuff and more likely to do it. Here's another one.
According to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, 12.3% of young men ages 18 to 25 reported using drugs in the past year. This indicates a parental lack of positive role models promoting healthy choices.
So 12.3% of young men admit that they use drugs ages 18 to 25. Young men that should be out trying to get a job. And if that's what the number is, it's probably higher than that. Because let's keep it real. How many young people do you know nowadays who don't smoke marijuana? Yes, in a lot of places you can buy it, but it's not legal federally. So you can't use it and get a job. Yeah, you can buy it, but some places, a lot of places won't hire you if you use it.
The National Center of Education Statistics reports that 25% of male students drop out of high school compared to 14% of female students. This disparity points to the need of guidance and support. 25% of male students drop out of school compared to 14% of girls. So a quarter of the boys drop out of school.
We all know it's true. I don't care if you watching this. A lot of people watch. If you 25 to 34 or 34 to 40, think back in your high school. How many people you went to school? How many dudes dropped out of high school? Now, for what? For what? I bet you if you asked them what's the mistake they made, I bet you they'll tell you it was when they dropped out of high school. They wish they could go back and not make that mistake.
Approximately 1 out of 3 black boys born in 2001 are expected to be incarcerated at the same point in their lives. According to the Sentencing Project, this emphasizes urgent need for positive influences and mentorship.
1 out of 3 boys born in this year. So you can that's just this year, just that year, 2001. 1 out of 3 of them are going to be incarcerated at the same points in their lives. They got this stuff down to years and everything. And I know I know everything is blamed on not having fathers, but we know that's a large part of it. But there's a lot of social issues and societal issues that has boys in jail, incarcerated too, or on the wrong path. But you are needed more than ever, fathers, to be a positive role model and to be in your son's life. These are the 12 shocking statistics that show why you should be in your son's life.
The CDC reports that suicide is the second leading cause of death of young men between the ages of 15 and 24. Men are 3 to 4 times more likely to die from suicide than females, highlighting the critical need for mental health support and role models that encourage emotional expression.
This being the second leading cause of death from people unaliving themselves at between 15 and 24, that just shows you as a father, your job is not done. You think, oh, he's grown, he's going through shit. You still on the clock. Here's number 8.
Research indicates that young men are more likely to engage in violence, with men committing 73% of all violent crimes in the US. This points to a need for role models which can teach conflict resolution and nonviolent communication.
73% of all violent crimes are committed by men. Young men, because they don't know how to control their emotions. And why is that? Because they don't have a male role model around, a father to tell them, like Derrick Rose said, hey man, stop being a broad. Stop acting like a bitch. Okay, something bad happened to you, something. Unless you defending your life, you don't want to end somebody else's life. You don't want to throw away your life. You don't want to crash out. But how many dudes crash out all the time from being emotional? Not because no one's ever told them, hey man, chill out. It ain't that bad. Stop acting like a broad. Learn how to talk to people. Man, there's so many dudes, man, who don't know how to talk to people, man, who don't know, who do stuff, who fly off the handle. And people think, oh man, he'll snap on you. He'll do, man, look, you better learn how to talk to people. You better learn. It's not gonna get you out of everything, but learning how to calm situations down, learning how to walk away might save your life. The U.S. Census Bureau states that 1 out of 4 children live without a father in the home. This absence can lead to increased behavioral problems, a lower academic performance, underscoring the need for positive male figures in the home. I mean, this is 100% right. Can lead to behavioral problems. Look, let me explain this to you. No boy wants to be disciplined by his mother. You want your mother to love you, to cook you chicken soup when you're sick, when you want your mom to love on you. You don't want her to discipline you. That's not where you want it from. That's not where you want it from. I don't know how I could make this any clearer to women and to make you understand that's not what you want from your mother. Yeah, sometimes she might just have to get on you, but the discipline needs to come from your father. You respect it more. You respect it more because they almost want it. They want it at a certain extent. The young men want to be disciplined. They want to have structure, but they want it from you.
The U.S. Department of Education reports that boys are twice as likely as girls to be diagnosed with learning disabilities and are less likely to graduate from high school. This suggests the need for mentors who can guide them through the educational challenges.
A lot of times women don't understand what these young boys go through and why they're not doing this well or why they're not doing that well. Or, they think it's the end of the world because he's having problems in school. No, he can still be effective. He can still go to college. He can still be anything he wants to be. But you can't give up on him. You can't give up on him. And he needs that encouragement. A lot of not from you, dads, from you, uncles, grandfathers, big brothers, mentors. They need that encouragement. They need that kicking the ass from you.
According to the National Institute of Health, over 6 million men in the US experience depression each year. 6 million. Yet only 1 in 3 may seek help. This highlights the lack of positive role models who promote emotional openness.
6 million experience depression each year, but only 1 out of 3. 2.5 of those 6 million say they admit and go get help. The other almost 4 million get no help. You can't self-medicate yourself. You can't help yourself. If you are having mental health issues, if you are depressed, you need to find a purpose in life. You need to get help with and have someone to talk to about your depression, but not doing anything or self-medicating, drinking, smoking. That's not going to get rid of your problems. The only thing that's going to do is add to your problems. But those are the 12 shocking statistics, data showing why you fathers need to be in your son's life. If that don't show you why you are so important, I don't know what will. You are directly connected to his health, his mental health, and his success. No one's more important than you. Check out this video right here. And we out of here. Peace.